Have you ever asked yourself, is it a good thing for people to marry when they are still young? Yes, and we are live. You are leaving already. It's not tomorrow.
Destroying.
Now ask the other neighbor, how bad do you want success? What are some of the effects of marrying when you are young? What are some of the challenges that you face when you are young? I'm doing this video in response to a question that was asked by Dean. Dean sent in a message to say, please do a video where you teach us about, is it okay for us to marry when we are young? Is it fine? What are some of the challenges that we are likely to face when we marry at a young age? Now, it depends, Dean. Thank you so much for asking this question. I will be doing other videos as well. I've been getting a number of questions, people requesting me to do videos for them. So this is one of them. Is it okay to marry while you are young? What are some of the challenges you are going to face? It depends on how young is young. In life, there is what is called the learning phase. Learning phase. Then you have the earning phase, and then the yearning phase, So you have learning, then earning, then yearning. What this means is that there is a level in life where you are supposed to learn, not just going to school, but even personal development, understanding who you are, developing yourself emotionally, psychologically, physically, every aspect of your life. So I say to people, when you are still young and most likely dependent on your parents, it's a sign that you are not yet ready to get married. I know it's a very tricky one. Some people can get married at the age of 18. Some people have been married at the age of 16. Some have married at the age of 25, some at the age of 30. There is no particular age. I married at the age of 24. I was already working. So let's look at some of the challenges that happen when you marry somebody who is young, or both of you get married and you are still young. You have not yet matured. I would like to start by giving you an example. I know a certain man of God who married his wife when she was a teenager. I think she was 16. She was 16, but the pastor was not 16. He was above that. I'm sorry to use an example of a pastor. He's just a human being, isn't it? By that time, he was not a pastor, but now he's a pastor. Okay? So, when he married this girl, he would go to work, and when he comes back, he will find the girl playing with the children from the neighborhood. To those from Zimbabwe, there is a game called Pada. When you play that kind of game, what happens is that you will be so dusty. The only place that has no dust is within your mouth. And that is a game that is played by boys and girls. It's not for married people. It's not for mature people. But this man did not divorce his wife. He understood that I took a little girl. She is not yet done with growing. She needs time to grow. So he will come back from work and he's looking for his wife. He knows where to find her. Every day, she's playing Pada. She's playing a game for little girls and little boys. He will not shout. He will just say, honey, come. You are now married. You should not be playing Pada. Let's go into the house. Then they find the plates are not washed, the house is not cleaned, nothing has been done, and the husband has to help the wife. Why? Because he understood he married someone who was too young. The problem we have is we have many people that get married to somebody who is young and they want to push that person to behave like a mature person. You marry someone who is supposed to be at the learning phase of their life, and you are pushing them to be at the earning phase where they are supposed to be making money. So for example, you are a girl and you fall in love with a boy who is young like you, and then you start pushing him. No, other men are looking for money. No, he is still in learning phase. He has not yet arrived at earning phase. That's why many boys will run away when a girl says, I am pregnant. So girls, be careful. You say, I'm in love, I'm dating, I'm courting, and you're doing what married people do. When pregnancy comes, your boy is at learning phase of life. They are still dependent on their parents. There is no way they will be excited to hear that you are pregnant, because you being pregnant means that this boy must suddenly move from learning phase to earning phase. And soon after that, he will be in the yearning phase, where he's now just thinking, oh, what did I achieve in life? Life was difficult and all that kind of thing. Men tend to run away from responsibility, especially when they are young, because they are not at that stage of maturity. They are not grown up enough mentally. They are not grown up enough emotionally. Even if you decide to stay together, that's why you find many people, when they marry at a very young age, those marriages, many times they don't last. Because you were not ready for it. Marriage is work. Ask those who are married. Out of every 10 married couples, 5 will end up in divorce. The other 5 will just hang in there. Maybe 1 out of 10, they are enjoying marriage. The other 4 out of 10, they are hanging in there for their children, or to say, what will people say if I leave now? Marriage is not for children. Marriage is not child's play. So touching each other, fondling each other, sleeping together before you are at a stage of being able to be responsible for the consequences is very risky. Keep yourself. Proudly keep yourself until you are ready. And what we teach, my wife and I are marriage coaches. What we teach, and we are also privileged to be financial coaches at the same time. What we teach is that at least complete your studies and work. Enjoy your money. Enjoy life. Sometimes you see, for example, usually men like marrying women who are younger than them. I've seen even at 60, if somebody loses their wife or they divorce, they will go for somebody who is 20 years old. You are 60, you are 40, you are more mature. You are probably at your earning phase or your yearning phase, and you are taking somebody who is there at their learning phase. Can I tell you something interesting? Even their taste buds are still at learning phase. They still want to taste the good things of life. They still want to taste different chocolates. They still want to taste different drinks. And you cannot stop that. They need to follow the phases of life. And what you are doing, because you are an elderly man, you are saying to this little girl, you see, I'm just thinking about my cattle. I had 99 cattle, but 2 of them died. And then, what do you want that little girl to do with dying cattle? She's not at that level. She's not thinking like you. Give her a chance to grow. Give her a chance to go and play with her friends. She will tell you, I'm going for birthday party. From birthday party, I'm going to another party. From this party, she's going to another one, because she's young. She wants to enjoy her life. You enjoyed yours. Now you are at yearning phase or earning phase. This one is still at learning phase, and you need to allow them. So what I can say to people is, if you decide to marry at a young age, just know that you will need a certain level of growing up faster and also learning from your mistakes, because there are certain things you are going to desire that you can no longer get, because at the level that you have thrown yourself into, you will not be able to operate the same way that you were doing. For example, you are a boy, you are a girl, you say lovey, sweetie, sweetie, right? You are in a relationship, you are dating, you are doing all those things. The moment that one of you falls sick, there is a responsibility. The moment that there is a pregnancy, there is a responsibility. You need money. You need to go to the hospital. Maybe the other person needs to be operated on by the doctors, and all manner of things. So I will say that I can't give an age, but it's important when you are young to focus on developing yourself during the learning phase. Maybe you get to 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, somewhere there, you are now getting married. All right. I hope this helps. Thank you so much, Dean, for asking this question. Please leave a comment. I want to know what you think about this video. What do you think? Is it okay for people to marry when they are young? Is it okay to marry a young person? All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.